Okay, 5, 6. Okay, hopefully we are live. So hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Blighty Otaku. And yes, we are actually 7 in queue, and we are going to be doing the infamous In From the Cold solo duty. So this is going to be really fun. Yep. Okay. Oh yes, that's right. I actually managed to find a chair to sit in. Alright. We got one person over here. Let's see. 22, 13, 22. Right. So yeah, there has been another update. So Final Fantasy XIV is now on version 6.05 because they've added the Savage variants of Pandemonium, or the first 4 fights of Pandemonium. And they've also added in the crafter. They've added in the craftable level 90 gear. So, alright, let's get this. Have an established history of reckless disregard for your own well-being. We're all fortunate that none of you landed yourselves in my care. I've already quite enough to deal with between the tempered and the first wounded. Alas, though I commend their bodies, they're told their experiences have taken on their hearts and minds another matter altogether. For their sakes, you mustn't waver, nor must we rush ahead in eagerness to see the day won. And in so doing, invite disaster. Upon setting down for supper, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Well, we just started the stream, so we are going to be able to watch them in their entirety. Unless I decide to actually skip the lot of them. Settle down for a restful supper. And I'm actually going to be muting the microphone for most of this, so enjoy.
Is that all of them?
The last of those who agreed to join us, yes.
We left heaters and provisions for those who wish to stay behind. They won't last forever, but hopefully they'll last long enough.
For now, I think everyone's earned a rest. We'll see to those in need of medical attention, so take the others with you and get yourselves some hot soup.
Warmth. At last.
Marvelous, isn't it? All thanks to the resourceful machinists of Ishgard, I might add. On their behalf, I bid you warm yourself to your heart's content.
Hold on. Your people might have scribbled a few things on a piece of parchment, but it was our Leminson Smiths that put the bloody things together.
Well, be that as it may, we single-handedly got the interior heating up and running again, didn't we?
The hells you did! We were there every step of the way.
More of that, Madeleine, and you're on the next airship bound for
We?
Ishgard.
You barely raised a finger to help, you ale-sodden reprobate.
I did a damn sight more than you lily-livered bilge rat.
Take that back!
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
Here. At ease, man. There's nothing funny in it. I'm from Alamigo, but was a conscript until recently. Used to eat this with the officers.
Apparently, it's adapted from a steppe recipe. This is my first time trying it, and I have to say, it's not half bad.
It's a bit too flavorful for my liking.
Perhaps compared to what you're used to.
It's the little things that make life worth living, don't you think?
I know this is not a dream, and yet... I felt the same way at the Dragon Song War's end. Every morning I would step outside and need to be reminded that it wasn't my imagination, that my world had been forever changed. And just as I had grown accustomed to the idea, again you change my world in ways I never thought possible. Were it not for you and your fellow scions, the rifts between man and dragon and myriad tribes might never have been bridged. The Grand Company of Eorzea, the Ilsabard contingent. We owe it all to you. We've shed many tears in recent days, of pain and sorrow, triumph and joy. I much prefer the latter.
We often don't have the luxury of choice.
Indeed, we can but do our utmost to unite these disparate peoples and lead them to victory.
It is a remarkable achievement. Everything that I and the Populares had hoped for, and more.
Would that it had come sooner.
Indeed. Too many are not here to see it. And yet, there is a warmth in my breast, as if they still share in this moment.
Yes, I know what you mean. On a night like tonight, the wind and cold seem to pass me by.
Thank you for inviting me today.
What? Emperor Varus?
And here's the 5 million guild question.
They are being tempered. The talismans. Quickly!
Why weren't they given talismans when they got there?
Save me, brave hero!
Oh, shut the frick up, fan dipshit.
My lord has requested your presence, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Yep. We just got abducted.
The experiment was a success, but I fear our time is short. I shall begin the preparations.
Now, it is time for you to awaken. good morrow to you. Here, have a taste before it gets cold. Oh, but be sure to remove your helmet. Take a moment, too, to familiarize yourself with that borrowed flesh.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel? I, for one, find those first moments within a new body to be most refreshing. We had a Magitech engineer by the name of Owlus to thank for this method of soul extraction and implantation. I believe the two of you met briefly in Alamigo.
Yeah, we kicked the shit out of him.
His was a rather sticky end, wasn't it? Thankfully, he was thoughtful enough to leave behind his mindjack technology. I took the liberty of making some improvements and selecting you as my esteemed test subject.
Wow. This is such a pain in the ass.
Come now. To us Asians, it is no different from trying on new clothes. Why not make the most of it by partaking in this fine cuisine? I must say, I have gone to great lengths to reunite you with my lord. When I discovered that his friend was in this neck of the woods, I suggested inviting you over for dinner. He never deigned to respond, but I took his silence as a resounding yes.
Yes.
Oh my! Daddy is pleased his grumpy little boy has finally found his playmate. Exposition is in order. The Garlean Empire has long outlawed all forms of religion. No gods to worship, no risk of summoning. Brilliantly simple. But people being people must turn to something or someone in their hour of need. Who then?
Yep.
Why, His Radiance the Emperor, of course. As you have observed firsthand, Garlemald has seen better days. The legendary Solus Osgalvus, dead. Provinces near and far in open rebellion. Our bold new emperor assassinated. And that last one even sparked a civil war. What rotten luck. The people cried out for salvation. Their earnest pleas, one might even call them prayers, a supplication united for the Empire to reclaim her former glory. And so their will did manifest, channeled through the corpse of none other than Emperor Varus himself.
Yep.
And lo, the Savior was born, the embodiment of the Garlean spirit. Their anima. It calls to its subjects, compelling them to take up arms and fight. And just as the wealth and power gravitate towards the Empire's capital, so too does ether from every corner of the globe. The towers with which you and your allies have been so preoccupied were created as an extension of Anima itself. An ingenious design. Would you not agree, my lord?
Does the pursuit of prey you have bested before excite you? Of course not. Absent the challenge, the thrill, your prize is a hollow victory. Butchery. Perhaps you think that to be the extent of my promise. I have no doubt fallen in your estimation since Alamigo. Fair enough. But do not let your disdain deprive us of an opportunity to craft an even more majestic moment of euphoria. I have been honing my craft as I set the stage for our reunion. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star. The chaos and destruction that my hordes have wrought are my gifts to you alone. At a loss for words? No matter. As you will learn, I have only just begun.
Oh, will you not finish your meal?
There is only one thing that can sate my hunger, and it would seem my friend has lost her appetite.
Well, how about you give me my body back?
This display of civility might prove an entertaining diversion, but clearly we are above such pretensions. While my lifeless body was in the possession of the Ascian, I too claimed another's as my own. It was an enlightening experience to fight in an unfamiliar form. Flaws and failings in my technique were plain to see. Whence rises one's true strength? The flesh? The soul? Perhaps you should like to discover the answer for yourself. Together.
You better not do anything perverted when you're in my body, Xenos.
Oh dear! Whatever would happen if my lord were to greet your friends as you? I shudder to imagine what carnage he would wreak. We'd better hurry if we want to avert the bloodbath. You can thank me later for my generosity.
Yeah, right.
There it is. Your camp, I believe. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that you, the other you, is making her way there as we speak. Alas, this you will have to walk from here. Or run, if you can manage it. My lord would be cross if I made it too easy.
Gee.
Such ingratitude. I'd not squander this fighting chance. After all, you've obstacles enough to overcome. Right on cue. Tempered soldiers, with standing orders to kill those not sworn to anima. Under normal circumstances, you would make short work of them. But on this occasion, the odds are not so heavily stacked in your favor.
Right. Duty calls. Commence battle for In from the Cold. Sync to level 83. This is going to be fun. Yep. And we have to be stupidly quick. There we go, I'm now getting the upper hand. Oh, and he stunned me.
Not bad at all, given your diminished capacity. Nevertheless,
yep.
Twould perhaps be
So, borrowed flesh
to the shadows.
and auto heal penalty, so we don't have HP regeneration. Hang on. Oh, nope. Alright, so I'm gonna have to, right. No, I don't really need a bloody, right. Right. So we have to be... Yep. There we go. Medkit. I'm gonna have to zoom into... So that dude is looking that way, that dude is looking that way. Good. Another medkit. Good. Because we have to be in serious stuff. Soldiers breathe their last. Right. Need to figure out where we need to head. Right, that dude is looking that way, so we can head this way. Right, so fuel concealing wreckage. Right, so let's quickly, oh, deceased Imperial. Good. So we now have 3 medical kits. Come on, let's see, can we actually get up here? And into here, thank you. I think this is where we need to head first. Small sack. Good, so do we now have a regen? That dude is looking this way. Hang on. Soldier has breathed their last. That Imperial is looking that way. He is looking this way. Good, okay, immobilize Magitech Reaper. Magitech Reaper's legs have been damaged and the weaponry should still function. You may be able to clear a path if you find the identification key and fuel. Alright, so what I need to do is actually, someone help! Yep. Wounded Imperial. Yep, so we got the identification key. Alright, Red Reaper. Find the medical kit in the cockpit. Thank you. Okay, can we sneak past you? No. Nice. We have to head this way to that Imperial. Yep, okay, so we now have 5 med kits. I think we... Oh, come on. You. Okay, so Wreck Magitech Reaper. I have to remember where the fuel concealing wreckage is. I think we actually... Hang on. Is that it? No, Wreck Reaper. Ah, here we go. Fuel concealing wreckage. Yep, so now we have to haul the cerulean back. To the Reaper. Come on. I'm sorry, I do not have time to deal with you. Oh, and we dropped the cerulean tank. Right, that dude is looking that way, and not for long! Can we actually play... Okay. Alright, so we only have one. Right. Here we go. Okay. And that's my last health kit. Thank you. Armed Imperial citizen. Quickly! Eight health. Able to escape the blast, you begin to lose consciousness. And we're up. At death's door. Come on, come on. And we did it. Right, I am going to take a quick bio. So I'm going to just leave the cutscene running.
It is a miracle we were able to restrain the Tempered without suffering casualties.
A welcome one. Arun, Senna and the others have their hands full as it is. Thankfully, there are enough scales for everyone.
And what of Euless? His symptoms were particularly severe.
They were, but others fared still worse, including some brought back from the Magna Glacius. As those in most desperate need take priority, it may be a while before he receives treatment. But rest assured that he will. In the meantime, we must find our missing friend. May the Fury guide you.
Of all the bloody times for a disappearing act.
Right when the first wave struck, we'd be fools to think it a coincidence. But where even to begin the search? No one saw her leave in the chaos, and we've no trail to follow.
While I know full well she can handle herself, I worry all the same.
Ah, speak of the devil.
Well, time to call off the search.
Case closed.
That's her, over there.
Aye, 'twould appear so. Thou art struggling to perceive her presence?
I am. Perhaps, in the aftermath of the wave, there is some residual effect interfering with my faculties. But... where have you been? We've been worried sick.
Now, all's well that ends well. Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Nope.
Who are you?
Yep. Graha knows who it is. Knows. And MSQ! Give me back my freaking body, Xenos!
Sadly, that is all we have time for today. The effect has run its course, and back to your own bodies you must go. But where are my manners? You have all traveled so very far, and I have yet to pay my respects. Though in my defense, I was ill-prepared to receive so many uninvited guests. As such, preliminary entertainments were in order. A handful of tempered soldiers to hamper your progress. Refugees to command your attention while I siphon the ceruleum from the shadows. Particularly effective. Charitable souls that you are. You bent over backwards to aid them, heedless of the delay, predictable to a fault. And so my plan approaches completion unhindered. Anima will soon have absorbed the requisite amount of ether, and then shall come the spectacle to end all spectacles. The eldest and most powerful of primals will awaken, and all shall bear witness to the final days.
The gods themselves will be my meal. Your dear companions my dessert. Upon this world I'll feast, and death shall follow in my wake. All your hate, all your rage, you will render unto me.
Yep.
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, wheel enmeshed with woe. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation.
Well, we managed to get that job done.
Thank goodness.
In about
She's
half
awake.
an hour. So I'm not dead yet. And did Xenos do anything pervy in my body while he was in my body?
Pleased to report
Yeah.
you are very much alive.
Everything in working order? That's a relief. Oh, and before I forget, thanks for coming to our rescue.
Given recent events, I would be surprised if you weren't feeling a bit poorly. A hearty meal and a long rest would be my recommendation under normal circumstances, but these are anything but. If Van Daniel's boasts are to be believed, we must act quickly. Once you've blown away the cobwebs, we can discuss preparations for our assault on the Tower of Babil.
Yep. Oh, it looks like someone else actually just completed that duty. And cue in from the cold. Gateway of the Gods. This is going to be the last quest in the last of the main story to actually happen in Garlemald, since we've got the ether current as a reward. This animal was summoned with the corpse of Emperor Varus. Does their depravity know no bounds? It seems not. More to the point, you can surmise that the wave of ether issued not from the Tower of Babel, but from the primal lurking within it. A primal whose cry rang more loudly than in your ears than ours. If you were taken to the tower itself, then it proves beyond the shadow of a doubt that it is the beating heart of Telophorized machinations. In which case, you have some highly relevant information. Since we expect troops to free the Levieurs, we've been developing a plan to infiltrate the tower. Anchored in his scouts, the main structure in his loose with tempered enemy magitech. Furthermore, the road leading to it has collapsed, making it difficult to approach in numbers. Thus do we propose dividing our forces into two parties, one to distract and one to infiltrate. The versionary force will be comprised of the Ishgardian, Gridanian and Lutentan delegations. They will begin the construction of bridges to make the Telophroi believe we are marching upon the tower. Meanwhile, the best suited of our Alamegan, Uldan and Eastern comrades will use a different method of ingress. Here. Yeah. The facility marked in red is the Enceladum, a vast meditech manufactory, in ruins now of course, but the freight tunnel connecting it to the erstwhile Imperial Palace remains intact. While Telophorized attention is elsewhere, our infiltration force can use it to enter the tower undetected. Be aware, however, that the underground rail network remains very much operational, attempting using it to bring supplies to the tower even now. If it can carry their material, it can carry us too. Only we sneak aboard unseen. Sarge will lead the infiltration party. Once inside, you must locate and dispatch Van Daniel and Xenos. I'll have my vengeance yet. They'll pay for taking my body. How quickly can we enact this plan? And Daniel made it quite clear that haste is a priority. Didn't name the tower Babil on a whim. In a moment's time it meant gateway to the gods. Then you use it to refer to a void gate, but in this case it almost certainly alludes to something altogether greater. Right now, the rest of the contingent is aware of the plan, are ready to move at a moment's notice. In order to proceed to forum premises, Lisa's group will meet you there. Spare no effort in your preparations. Yeah, so we are headed to the Tower of Babel. Okay, speak with Lise, and we are headed all the way over to here, so, let's get running! So you never know, we might actually pick up that dude in the, duty as long as they don't use the trust system. Alright. The good thing is we can actually pick up experience from, and actually managed, oh, it's Lee, Serena, Sadu, and Little Sun! Oh, the tunnel is clear. We made sure of it. Then we best get in there before we freeze, especially you. Yep. Dude, you're on the other foot once we're gonna leave you. A good fight should warm us right up. Ain't enough cloth to swaddle a newborn. Clearly you have spent too long around this feral dog of a doffal. What's your tongue, fool, lest I feed it to the crows. You will see who is the fool when you freeze to death. Expect me not to warm your ill-prepared hide. Neath first myself and my Nama alone. Should I be blessed to meet her this day. As if any woman of worth would wish to be warmed by you, little son. Should we find such a warrior within, she will bask in my glorious flame. Yep, she did pull out the little sun poke. That, well, both of you save your fire for the enemy. As for extroverts, I have plenty to spare. As do we. Yeah, mayhap Urianger should have actually kept his on. All set for battle, I see. Free of unnecessary encumbrances. If rather more susceptible to the cold, let us review the strategy quickly if you don't mind. This group is gonna head to meet them there. We wait until the temperature attention is drawn by the diversionary force, then we sneak onto the train. Next up, the Tower of Babel. If any, temper included on the Rezalia will tend to them. Silence must press on no matter what. To avoid moving as a group until we're underground, so we need to make our own ways to Sleedom. See you there! Alright. Oh. Let's see. White Mage. Alright. And this is where we're actually headed. Have I found any ether currents in Garlemald? Yeah, I've found 4. Oh, it's Kokabuki and the rest of the Thaumaturgist Guild. There we go, and Bibin. Oh, who's this here? The new class. But we've given only the most cursory explanation. I'm glad you recovered and quickly enough to take part in the operation at that. As you would have heard, we secured a way, and some few are to remain behind to keep your escape route clear. Go read from Lynn's tears will lead the way into the station. I'll join you soon. Yep. Destination. This is everyone. Sounds like someone else has started a party upstairs. Considered the enemy well and truly distracted. Yep. Only objective is, of course, to authorize leaders. But should we be presented with an opportunity to vanquish Anima, we must seize it. If it is indeed the force behind the tower, destroying it will deliver our allies from Slothroride's reign of terror. Be it by Primal, Ascian, or anything else. There's been enough of that. Came here to help the people of Garlemald, and that's what we're going to do, together. Till the very end. Train should be along any moment now. Prepare to board, everyone. So what it is, regardless of whatever we do, Serena, Magni, and Sadu will join us directly. And Lise, if I remember. Tower of Babel, now accessible. Right, okay, let's prep. Tower of Babel. I think Reaper. Because if these two are quick enough, you might end up filling in you might just be waiting for a tank. Yeah, so they've actually gotten out of cutscene. I'm guessing these two already have a pre-set party. Yep. So here we go, and we're definitely not getting that Reaper in. Although I'm guessing the only reason why the White Mage got in quick, because probably they have, because probably it's still healers getting higher Q priority.
Now or never.
Right. Unfortunately, I think we're actually limited in how far we can actually go by the NPCs. Alright, let's quickly get a shield up. Our tank is, oh! Oh crap! Right, I'm gonna hold on to tech set until we get to here. And Lana. Alright. Right, nothing there. What could they possibly use such an enormous lift for? Yeah. Thank you very much. Took you a bloody time about it. Nice. That's phase 1. And oh. Kneel. Right. I think that's the that is the last phase. Now past the first. Let's see who gets there first. Imperial Bracelet of Healing. On. Thank you. Fending. Partial conditioning. Right, breathless frog. Man. Right, Magitech Chakram. Now you have to be stupid careful on those because I'm going to need to keep an eye on the healer's health. And cutscene. Oh, lovely. And 0 craps given to... There we go, and just... Yep, GTFO! You. Right. That's it, and we're done. Only got 54. Oh, GTF out of there. now it's time for a good bit of and dead. I'm gonna skip this cutscene so as we do not have to deal with loot Imperial Magitech Rod. Don't really need that. No. And I'm going to have another bio break because reasons. So I'm going to leave you in the tender mercies of the cutscene.
Farewell, Varus. May the gods have mercy on your soul. Come. The other two await.
This madness ends here!
Oh, hush. This is the best part. Enough! Oh, mighty Zodiark! Awaken from your slumber and descend!
Some manner of magical defense?
Cryle? But how?
The shackles that bind my adversary will not be so easily broken.
Yep.
Hydaelyn!
Hydaelyn says no.
Forgotten age. Hark! Victory is mine!
Yep. Hydaelyn said nope.
No more ether. And I was so close. My lord, a slight change of plans. We shall travel to the moon and break this wretched barrier ourselves.
Whatever it takes.
Yep. We're headed to the moon.
What was that?
The final order issued by Anima to the Tempered Thralls. Should the Empire fall, the world must share our fate.
Of course. Father lacked the conviction to give such a command. The abomination born of his flesh was but a puppet, and I the puppeteer.
You madman! You monster!
There's a funny joy in watching your flailing attempts to fight the inevitable. You're all going to die, and they're powerless to prevent it. We really must be on our way. You're welcome to give chase, provided you are content to leave comrade and tempered alike to die screaming.
I have asked too much of this child. Tend to her. The last brand at Mare Lamentorum is yet unbroken. Zodiark remains bound. I have shifted the flow of ether and sent the enemy far from their destination. Now, I shall divert it once more. An ally awaits, and I will deliver you unto him.
We're headed to the moon!
Seek his aid. Restore the seal. Zodiark must not be set free.
The Tempered are running wild. Not only those at the tower, but those back at the camp. The others are doing their best to contain them, but the situation is growing beyond our control.
Leave them to die or give up the chase. Just like Fandaniel said.
Garmald's fate is in your hands.
You're going alone? You have our trust and our faith. I pray we have yours. Our friends in the Tempered need our help. We will save as many as we can, I swear.
Once we have matters well in hand, we'll join you on the moon. Until then, be careful. There's no telling what you'll find.
Yep. I think we only managed to get one piece of gear. Right, this should get us to 85. We must have actually gotten 84 back in the dungeon. Hang on, yeah, because I think we only managed to get one piece of gear. Recommended gear. Oh, actually, no. We got clothes. Not Alright, so I'm gonna hold off on that until we actually get up to Mare Lamentorum, a trip to the moon. Because I'm gonna have to come back to a area where I can actually change out. I can actually dispel the glamour, put the new gear on, and reapply. Activate the teleportation device. Travel to Mare Lamentorum.
Long, long before Dalamud was forged to imprison an Elder Primal, the eldest of them all, savior of the star, was sealed within a moon of his own. Souls sacrificed to grant him life still slumber and dream of the day he and we will be made whole. Here he waits, in this cold, barren place, his cradle and his grave. Silent lamentations and prayers of hope echo soundlessly to a sundered star, adrift and alone.
Sea of Stars, Mare Lamentorum. Speak with the ancient spirit. First things first. Must pet crystal. Tune to the Aetheryte. So, I need to find somewhere to teleport to that I can actually... Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, because the cheapest ones are for Garlemald. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to head back to... 1, 2, what's... 1, 1. Yeah, we're gonna have to teleport to Ralga's Reach again, so that we can actually, oh yeah, that's right. We can actually, go to the... Summoning Bell. Oh yeah, that's right. I think we actually got rid of the striking opportunity quest. That was here. Yeah, we should call it Eureka. Alright, so I need to speak to my... Well, the only retainer I actually have... Right, let's see, sale history. I think we might have actually sold a few things, so let's view the event report. Birch syrup. And withdraw Gil. Yeah, I think it was just the one item we had. Right, let's have a look at right, sales history. Yeah, I think we actually managed to get rid of a few items. Right. Now that we got that done, hang on. Before we do that, must repair. Thank you. Right, so glamour plate. Right, recommended gear: Imperial boots of aiming, and right, let's head back up to Mare Lamentorum. Yeah, because we will be keeping this glamour going until we get our relic gear, or the artifact gear. So we don't actually need to do any quests to... Okay. Ultimate weapon. Yeah, the navigate. Alright, survey the destination. The Watcher's Palace. No steps echo through this looming spire, save your own, but you nevertheless sense a presence above. Hang on, did we actually get an achievement? Okay, I'm gonna have to scroll up. Okay, so we didn't. Level 85. Yeah, so they've basically doubled the amount of experience we're getting on... Don't I actually get... Oh! Oh, I must have already been... Oh, that's right, I must have already been 84. So the, So the Tower of Babel got me to 85. Hang on, let's just double check. Yeah, Magus Resistor. So there wasn't a new, there wasn't an achievement. Yeah. Look at that. Here, I think I'm gonna have to, right, scroll lock. So I think that is going to be my screenshot for my thumbnail when I put this onto YouTube. Yeah, it's Zodiark. Yeah, the good thing is he's still not got a few pieces of himself. Someone has taken action. The shackles that hold him nearly shattered. Six locked to his jail, great and grand. Gargantuan sword driven deep, brands to bind Zodiark forevermore. 5 were destroyed by his would-be liberator. One of these I have restored. I've tried to remember the remaining 4, but my efforts are being impeded. Soul sacrifice summon Zodiark, their manifestation, consequence of the waning seal. They labor in opposition to my work. They must be expelled for the preservation of all. Only resort to expelling them if all else fails. And I have no doubt you are her chosen. I am the watcher and the jailer. I am not the judge. Knowing this, Hardling commands the forces of stasis, and this moon is the product of such power. So long as Zodiark remains imprisoned in this place, no more sacrifices will be made in his name, nor will those souls rendered up in his name fade into oblivion. Go meet with these wandering spirits. Do what you think is right. We have finally reached the moon, and we're actually 2 levels above our level requirement, because we need to be level 83 to do these quests, and we're actually level 85. So this is gonna be, okay, so this is unwelcome guests, draw closer. Resistor, yeah. From when we beat the Magus Sisters in the Tower of Zot. I think the next title achievement is actually further on. Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the... Let's see, right, so that should actually... Ah! Fate discovered nearby. Might as well do this while we're here. There we go. Yes, I've disabled the mount music. I think it's this dude we're talking with. Truly, so long ago. Speak with the forlorn spirit. Beating heart, its life. Every soul, a drop of blood flowing through its veins. As the whispers die, the final spirit fades. No shadows of times long lost remain around the drowning brand. An unusually lustrous dog is gazing at you with what seems to be fond anticipation. It appears to be waiting for you to follow it. Well, the lustrous dog will try not to fall behind. Yep. So we have to, Now here's the 60 million guild question. Can we actually reach Zodiark? Dog silently regards the spirit that lurks near the brand. Okay. unexpected parties. Swift as darkness, cold as ash. Such tragedy, yet no catharsis. Such truth, yet no consolation. With the sigh, the spirit fades. All is silent and still around a numbing brand. Approach a lustrous dog and follow its lead. Thank you. Doug certainly regards the shadow that lurks near the brand. That unmistakable colour, the soul of Azim. Not the friend I knew, I think. Nevertheless, you are you. So, of itself, meant for you to have it? You seem surprised. Why might that be? Yeah, it's Ephelius. Deus. Again, I do believe I have yet had the pleasure. I think we need to put on auto text advancing. Haven't so great the shade in my likeness. Not only me, but all of Amarant. Oh, very like him. A slave to sentiment, even after an eternity. As you may have guessed, I am different from the shade you met before. No mere approximation, but the original. A soul sacrificed to Zodiark. Yeah, so Hifla Deus is actually sacrificed to summon Zodiark. Also. Ah, Fandaniel, that colour I know. There's a difference at the moment between Hifla Deus and Emmett Selk. And we'll actually find that out later on. Sure that the shades hinder you no more. So I'm gonna see if we can actually get to and defeat Zodiark. Fare you well, my new old friend. Of Sorrow. And I believe our next quest is with Doggo. Yep. Lustrous Dog. The Martyr. Something has raised the Lustrous Dog's hackles. The dog growls, agitated. Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. That's you, by the way. No. Get the feeling it wants you to hop on. Oh, that's right, because we're coming down to the brand. That is actually marking our previous position, where we actually got onto the log. Well,
In the nick of time to savor the crowning triumph. Unbound and free at last. Arise, Zodiark! Deprived of heart and will by the loss of dearest Elidibus. A creature of pure instinct, wanting for guidance. But powerful, oh so powerful. More so with every passing moment. Such potential, even in this incomplete state. Still the savior who delivered a world from certain doom.
So, here we stand. You know my intent. Consume the god, then the world. Stoke your fury to a raging inferno, and dance among the ashes. Or perhaps you would face me here and now. A lesser but welcome amusement. Yes, a taste to whet the appetite.
Sorry to spoil the moment, but might I ask that you postpone the slaughter until I've said my piece? I promise I will be brief.
Yep, caught blocked by Fan Daniel.
Do you remember when I told you that I wanted to die and take everyone with me? I meant it.
Get on with it, Fan Daniel.
lofty aspirations. And what sweet irony that the world's saviors will become the agents of its destruction. The dead have no power over me. You will be silent. Silent as the grave!
Believe and walk in faith. Let the light of your soul shine for all to see. Not quite the outcome you'd imagined, but a fitting one nonetheless.
The Fladaeus!
Don't you think so, Hades?
Craved and more. Boundless power. Mine to command. I had intended to pit my fractured divinity against Xenos, but a more tempting option presents itself. The greatest obstacle to my ambition. You will trouble me no longer.
The dark inside, now accessible. It's time to befriend Zodiark. Come on. Right, clear that. Trials. Let's go. Polarization. Right, average wait time less than 5 minutes, which is good. Oh yeah, because they've actually added the tomestones of astronomy. So we still only have 93 poetics. I don't think we're actually getting any for dungeon work. Okay, we have a full DPS count. I'm hoping it's going to start pulling from the roulette queue if we can't find anyone else. Although I know there is one healer still on this world that's actually doing this, as long as they're actually still running quests. Yep. Oh, I know what that means because, yeah, current location Elpis. And if we don't actually get a pop for this, I'm probably going to abandon the queue and actually leave this to Thursday. Ah, right, there is an exit to Mare Lamentorum in here. Oh, and here we go. And surprise, surprise, we are waiting on a single DPS. Alright, let's try this again. And now we're waiting on the healer. Thank you. Eternal Darkness, Zodiark.
Establishing connection. All creation shall bend to my will.
Alright.
The end has come, and it will be beautiful. The marvels of circus were but playthings.
I'm actually gonna zoom out a bit.
become flesh! Will you live to see the end? Soon my hold over Zodiark shall be complete!
After I get in a couple of hits.
Mine! All mine! At last, I am become Zodiark! The natural order overturned!
Right, I think over here. Yeah, because that is rotating that way. Yes.
My life's work! My masterpiece! I've waited for this day! All in existence, bend to my will! The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated.
Okay, we seem to be having a connection issue with one of our.
From broken skies fall tears of flame.
Alright, so bottom, middle, and outside corners.
Will you live to see the end?
Yeah. And I think I'm going to actually improv here. Yeah, this way, so we need to be here.
All in existence, bend to my will.
Unfortunately, I do not have a shield. And we lost all our healers.
I have no need for restraint.
Yeah, one of our right, I think what I'm actually gonna do is swap over to the other Reaper.
The end has come, and it will be beautiful. The marvels of circus were but playthings.
Got to remember the difference between the saber dance and
Malice become flesh.
it wasn't exactly what I was hoping for, but
Will you live to see the end? Soon my hold over Zodiark shall be complete! Mine! All mine!
alright.
At last, I am become Zodiark. The natural order overturned.
No, no, we need to be over here.
All in existence, bent to my will. My life's work, my masterpiece. this day.
En avant for the win!
All in existence, bend to my will. The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated.
Right.
Broken skies fall tears of flame.
Right, so middle, outer.
Will you live to see the end?
Yep.
All in existence, bend to my will. Will you live to see the end? I have no need for restraint. All in existence, bend to my will. Will you live to see the end?
I think we need to be over. Oh!
Will you live to see the end?
Yep. And it's the
the end. To see the end. Bend to my will! Will you live to see the end?
Well, let's get the improv going. Ah! Bollocks!
Will you live to see the end? Existence, bend to my will! Will you live to see the end?
Get the right button. Point 1%. And we have him.
Is this the limit of your power? Is this how it ends?
Yeah, so we're gonna finish off all this cutscening and then done. No preparation is complete, and I stand ready to seal Zodiark once more. Withdraw now from this place. The portal will deliver you to safety.
Incomplete and insufficient. Of course he was no match. Once again, you have left my best laid plans in ruins. And played your role to perfection. Thus, sealing my victory. From the first, all I wanted was for you to kill Zodiark. 'Twas but one of many methods to achieve the desired effect. It would have been the same had Xenos died in my place. But what better and more satisfying way to ensure success than to take control myself? My sole regret is that you live to tell the tale. Even so, I have fulfilled my heart's desire. Let your murder mark the beginning of the end. The coming of the final days!
Bright light.
How quickly strength fades and blood cools. Old familiar sensations. So many lives, so many deaths. No different this. I close my eyes and slip into the dreamless slumber. A tired song and dance. Routine. Always I wake. But not this time. Nothing left unsaid. Nothing left undone. Inherit my hell. I intone with glee. The man I was would weep for what I have become. The all-consuming contempt. But I've the wisdom of 10 millennia to justify my answer to the question. No value in their existence. Not a whit. For all that I looked. None that I did see. A final chance, then, for Heidelin and her faithful. In Cataclysm, prove me wrong. I snare. All shall return to nothingness, as was your will, Emperor Sunday. I, the star, and every living being, consigned to your oblivion.
At last.
Zodiark 2, yes, the blue star below, thrown into turmoil. Then it was no illusion, all was truth. With the death of Zodiark, the laws of nature over which he presided have begun to unravel. The final days are upon us. But you in this was an omen granted by the Echo, a vision of the horrors to come. Time grows short.
No. I'll find no fulfillment in a contest with you this day. Slavering beasts gather at your gates, ravenous and eager. Already you turn to them and away from me. I must go forth once more in search of power far beyond the might of Shinryu. Power to make your heart run over with rage. For the eldest of primals was a betrayal of promise. A pathetic creature incapable of inspiring true despair. That's what I crave. Pure, unadulterated despair.
I'll not fight for your amusement.
we shall see.
Since its presence on the moon no longer. If you stay here and listen to what I have to tell you. A Zodiark and the end of all things. Rise up through the night. I think that is one that actually brings a... Yeah, Moonwalker. In Shadow's Wake, so we get a Figian weapon coffer, 533. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surrounds in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sense others arriving not long ago. Through my communes with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know these are your comrades. And as luck would have it, they have just reached my abode. Come, let us join them. And I think that will be where I actually, call it for today. Pillar of Industry, Merchant and Mender. Right, repair gear. Right. Yeah, so your Stola, Urionje, and Fankrid actually made it, so... I just wonder, can I actually sit down here? No. Can I actually get up on there and actually do the command, or... There we go. No, it just does that, so I'm just gonna slash sit. Yeah, this is where I'm going to leave it for today. Alexa, activate evening mode. Right, okay, so, yeah, that is where I'm going to leave it for today. I'm going to have to actually create the 2 highlights for this, for the Tower of Babel, and for this. So I am going to have to upload the... I'm actually going to have to bulk upload the rest of the stream stuff so that I can just pull it off onto off of the storage I've got it on at the moment. But yeah, next scheduled stream will be on Thursday at 5 o'clock or earlier, depending on how things go, where we will hopefully be seeing what else resides on the moon. And all I will say is, wabbits. I will catch you on Thursday.